Hello, my name is Frankie. Welcome and thank you for joining me for day 4 of my 7-day yoga challenge series. Today we're going to be practicing power yoga. This style of yoga requires a little bit more strength input. It's a little bit more intense and it's a really good sequence to do perhaps in the morning to energize yourself. So today we're going to be practicing for 30 minutes. We're going to be adding in a few movements that resemble the workout style movements. So we're going to be working with some strength, a little bit of intensity, but there will be levels so that you can make it suitable to your energy levels and make it an overall really beautiful, energizing flow for when you feel like getting a bit of a sweat on. We've got the sun and the sea to energize me today, so I hope to pass over to you some of this beautiful vibe from here in Thailand. So we're going to start sitting, just kind of getting into our breath and into our seat, grounding ourselves, becoming present. We're going to stay here for a minute or two. Also make sure you have some water ready so that in between you can take a few sips. If you do get a sweat on, then you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. So to get started, sitting in Sukhasana, make sure you sit up tall, roll your shoulders back, close the eyes, keep the chest open. And just settle into a meditative posture here for a minute or so. Allowing yourself to arrive into the present moment. To let go of any past thoughts which have already happened. And to resist thinking about the future which is yet to happen. You want to take this moment, this opportunity to fully dedicate yourself to your practice ahead of you. To fully dedicate your energy and effort to move into this flow, into this time with yourself, to energize, to uplift, to move your body, to get into your breath. Really allow yourself to ground, to settle, to prepare yourself. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose together. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, soften, relax, let everything go. Breathing in, find length. Breathing out, find release. Allow yourself to get into this rhythmic breathing, this flow of breath in and out to give you the oxygen, the prana, the life force energy required to sustain you. Beautiful. Stay here as long as you need to. And when you're ready, we'll begin our movement. So we're going to come into a tabletop position, coming onto the knees, hips distance apart, placing the hands underneath the shoulders. And we're just going to warm up the spine here by dropping the belly, lifting the head and tailbone up, curling the spine, tucking the chin under. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, coming into our cow position. Exhale, curl the spine, come into cat pose. One more time through this cat and cow. And then you can create a few little circles to just really add fluidity into the spine, to really allow your torso, your spine to warm up And it could be that you want to move in a certain way here that feels good for your body. So just allow for that. Feel into what serves you individually. Our bodies are all different, so we have to be able to just trust in our bodies and listen to them. Next, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to work our way straight into our downward facing dog. Make sure that you move around a little bit to settle into the posture. Here I'm shifting my hips from side to side. You can also bend the knees one at a time, like walking your dog. And you can once again add any intuitive movements that will allow you to deepen the shape, to stretch out the back of the body. To settle yourself deeper, continue working with the breath. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And now we're going to come onto the toes, hover the knees, but make sure that you don't touch the ground, just hover 1 inch above. Come back onto the toes, and then stretch those heels nicely down towards the ground. Even if they don't touch, stretch the heels so that you get this nice stretch through the calf muscles, through the back of the lower legs. One more time. Coming onto the toes, hover the knees, coming back, stretching the heels down. Final round. Toes, knees, back to the toes and heels. Beautiful work. We're going to come onto the toes, bend the knees and walk or step forward. Coming into a nice forward fold, gently pressing your hands into the mat to pull yourself deeper. Stretch through the hamstrings, awaken the back of the legs. And then gently roll up into a standing position. So that was our warm-up, really important to do before we get into more of a high-intensity workout or high-intensity movement. We want to make sure that our muscles are at least relatively warm. So let's move through a sun salutation variation. Starting in Tadasana, standing pose. We'll reach the arms up, look up, open the chest. On the exhale, dive forward, placing the palms at your heart center. Inhale, lifting halfway. You want to make sure your spine is straight. Exhale to plant the hands, coming into plank position. Hold your plank here for 3 breaths. We're starting to get into our strength. So just look down at the ground, focus your gaze, hold for 2 more breaths and activate the whole body. Beautiful. Dropping the elbows straight back for Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, open that chest, look up. Downward facing dog, coming back to it. Beautiful work. Take a breath in and out here. And on your next inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Full breath in. On the exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest, curl your spine. Inhale, reaching the leg up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze the knee as much as you can. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, place the leg down, downward dog for 1 breath. Other side, reaching the left leg up, breathe in. Squeeze that left knee to the chest, curl the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, squeeze it in as much as you can. Breathe in, leg up. Breathe out for downward dog. 1 breath in and out. Beautiful work, everyone. We're going to shift our weight forward, coming into that nice plank position that we're going to hold for 3 breaths. Again, work through your strength. One more. Beautiful. Drop those knees. Come into child's pose. Rest here for a moment. Allow your breath and heartbeat to return to its natural rhythm. And come back into your plank position. Beautiful work. We're gonna this time bring the right knee, touch the left arm. Bring it back to the center, squeeze it into the center. Next, we're gonna take it to the right arm and back. Same thing for the other side. Right, center, left. So we're gonna do this at least 5 times on each side. Try to see how much you can do. Try not to lose your form and shape as you do it. Just focus on bringing it left, center, right. Right, center, left. This is a little bit like mountain climbers. So, all together, let's do it. One more on each side. Drop the knees, come back to child's pose. Beautiful work. Catch your breath, hold it here for 1 round. Return to your plank position. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back into that nice back body stretch for 1 breath. Beautiful work. Let's shift our weight forward into our plank. And next we're going to be doing lizard hops. I'm going to demonstrate it first, and this is going to be our second round of a little bit more of a high intensity workout with the option to take it faster or slower, just as before, making sure that you do it at your own pace, not losing your form or shape, but just doing it as fast as it's available to you. So we're gonna start in plank, and then to come into lizard, we're gonna bring the right foot forward. Step it back, bring the left foot forward. Step it back. Right foot, left foot. If you want to, you can do jumps between. If I were to do that right now in the sun, I probably wouldn't be able to guide you through the class. But if you're feeling that energy, if you've got that build up, go for it. Feel into what you can do today and really allow yourself to go for it, whatever it is for you. Don't put pressure on yourself, just do your best. Coming into our plank, and let's go. At least 5 times on each side. Final one. Coming back to plank, flow straight through your vinyasa. Rest in downward dog for a breath. Stay here or drop into child's pose for 2 more breaths. Rest and release between the postures. Beautiful work. Coming to roll left to sit on your legs. Take a moment to rest. Take a sip of water if you need to. It's okay to rest between postures because that allows you to keep coming back in full shape, in full energy, rather than just powering through all of it and losing your form. You want to make sure that each time you come into a high intensity flow, you're ready, your breath is in its place, and you can just go for it, rest, and repeat. So So I have one more here for us. Once again, we're gonna come back to that plank. Plank is working on our strength the whole time. And then next, we're gonna build onto our lizard hops. We're gonna step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward, come into Malasana Yogi Squat. We're gonna hang out here. Make sure that the elbows are on the inside of the thighs. The spine is straight, looking ahead, gently pressing the elbows into the thigh to feel a nice deep stretch through the inner thighs. Planting the hands, stepping it back into our plank. So if you're ready, let's go. Right foot, left foot, yogi squat. Step it back. You can pick up the pace as much as you need to in order to really feel yourself working your way up to this, to the most intensity available to you. Let's try and do 2 more. You probably feel it by now. And last time, staying in that yogi squat malasana. Closing your eyes if it feels good. Allowing yourself to drop deeper into the shape and opening. Meanwhile, catching your breath. Taking a moment to rest. Placing that left hand down to the ground. Reaching the right arm up, coming into a slight twist through the torso. Placing the right arm down, reaching the left arm up. Press that right hand into the thigh. Take this left arm as far open as possible so that you feel a nice twist and stretch through the center of your body. Coming back into our malasana. Beautiful work. Let's see how we're doing. All right, from here, step back to plank and flow through a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Nice work, everyone. Catch your breath, breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the heels, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees and step forward. Taking the feet out as wide as the hips, bend through the knees. Take a moment to hang out here in ragdoll pose. Sway from side to side. Allow the body a moment of rest. Unite the feet back together. With the knees remaining bent, roll up once again to a standing position, Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's reach those arms up to the sky. Look up, open through the chest. And then we're gonna come bringing the hands to the heart center, bending the knees, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. On your next inhale, breathe into the chest and find length. On the exhale, hook the left elbow outside the right thigh, coming to twist through the torso, realigning it here. Stay for 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, reach it up. Open the chest. Exhale, hands to the heart. Coming back to chair pose. Breathe in to find length through the chest. Hook the right elbow outside of left thigh to twist to the other direction. Stay for 2 to 3 breaths. Beautiful. Arms reaching up. Open through the chest, breathing in. This time dive straight into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Hold for 3 breaths. Activate the whole body. Stay strong and focused. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Let's work our way through one more here. Reaching the right leg up to the sky as you breathe in. Stepping that right foot forward between your hands as you breathe out. Straight into crescent lunge. Arms reaching up, dropping into the front knee. Circle the arms down to tap the ground. On the inhale, rise up, open through the chest. Circle the arms. Second time, rise up, look up, find length, and down. Final one, reaching up, and tap the hands down. Step that foot back to plank, and you know it, Vinyasa. Take a moment here to catch your breath. Make sure you're steady, you're breathing, you're calm and collected as much as possible. If you need to, you can drop the knee, come into child's pose for 3 breaths, or stay in downward dog. Beautiful. Let's come back to it. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot forward between your hands. Straight to crescent lunge. Deep drop into that front knee. Circle the arm down. Inhale, reach up, find length, open the chest. Exhale, circle. Inhale, one more time, same thing. And tap the ground. Final one, reach up. And circle the hand down. Plant the hands, step into plank, final vinyasa. Make it count. And return to downward dog. Inhale, lifting the heels, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, walk or step forward. Come back to a ragdoll pose for rest. Bend through the knees, drop the head. Beautiful work. Plant those hands, unite the feet together. Take a bend through the knees and a seat on the ground. Now I'm certainly sweating, so I need a sip of water. Beautiful work. Let's do our final core strength challenge. We're gonna go through an Savasana boat pose, hold ourselves in the shape for as long as possible. Taking the feet out in front of you, knees bent. Sit up tall, extend the arms forward. Lean back, hover the legs parallel to the ground. Keep the spine straight, stay here. If you want to, you can extend the legs as well. Keep the core muscles activated, the spine long. And you can always return back to the first position. The main thing we want to do is to find the correct shape and be able to hold it there for at least 3 breaths. Let's come halfway down. Hold that for 3 breaths. And come all the way down. What we've all been waiting for. Resting and releasing to the ground. Let's bring those knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around the knees. Allow the lower back to come into contact with the ground. Maybe move from side to side to give your back a little massage. We're gonna reach through the inside of the legs for the outer edges of the feet and come into Balasana, happy baby pose. You can close your eyes to signal and symbolify that we have come to completing the more challenging parts of this class. And now, in the same way that we warmed up to it, we're just gonna cool down. This will allow our muscles to not become too sore the next day. And this will give us the opportunity also to create that nice build up, but as well as that nice wind down to make it a balanced practice. Keep pulling through those legs. Not too much, but enough so that you feel the inner thigh stretching and opening. Beautiful work. Unite the soles of the feet together. This will allow for the stretch to go a little deeper into the inner thighs. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Place the right leg over the left thigh. Wrap your arms around the back of the left leg. We're coming into a reclined pigeon pose. Just adding that little bit of extra stretch through the thighs, which is probably needed since we've been working with the legs. Reverse so that you place the left foot over the right thigh. Interlace the arms behind the right leg. Reclined pigeon on the other side. Eyes closed, softening and relaxing into these final postures. Beautiful work. Bringing both the knees to the ground. Extending the left foot. Taking your hand, bringing the right knee closer to you and guiding that right knee down towards the ground. Meanwhile, opening the right arms to the other direction and looking in the direction of your arms in order to bring ourselves into a reclined abdominal twist. Just gently stretching through the legs, the upper hips, the torso, all those different parts of the body that we've been working on. Stay for as long as it feels good and focus on releasing into these postures. Bring that knee back to the center. Switch the legs so the left knee comes up, the right leg goes down. Bring the left knee up, take it down towards the right side, dropping it, and look over to the left side, taking your arm out. Leaving your right hand on the knee, gently pressing into it in order to create a nice twist through the spine, resetting it, realigning it, working through all the different muscles in the body that we have required to work for us. Now they deserve a moment of rest and release. Beautiful work. Coming back through the center, taking both the legs out in front of you and arms along with it. Savasana, final resting position. This is still a very important posture. Even though we're not being active, we always want to give ourselves the opportunity to process, to reflect, to absorb the benefits of the practice. You want to give yourself a few quiet moments here. Notice how your body feels now compared to the start. How are your energy levels? Are you just itching to jump back up? Because I know for sure that even though some parts of the workout were challenging, I do feel a sense of energizing, uplifting feeling, which will allow me to move into my rest of the day with that. Gently bringing the knees up, shifting over to one side, fetal position for a moment. Pressing those hands into the mat to return back into your seat where we started. Sitting up tall, closing the eyes or keeping the eyes closed. Bringing the hands to the heart center. And I would like to ask you to take a moment to thank yourself, to reward yourself for working hard throughout this practice and sequence. No matter how you performed the exercises, the main thing is that you did perform them and that you did move your body, that you did breathe. You were focused and present throughout all of it. So just take a moment to wash and cleanse away any negative self-talk and make sure that you leave this practice feeling positive about yourself. Opening the eyes, releasing the hands to come to finish the flow. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this power yoga flow has been beneficial for you. I kind of put this one together with the intention to practice first thing in the morning when I know that my body's just craving a sweat and craving to move and that heartbeat to go up. But I do find that it is still a nice balance between yoga and some cardio, some intensity. We're not just diving straight into a high intensity workout, but we're balancing it out with those yoga flows, with those vinyasa flows. The warm up and the cool down is very important. So once again, thank you for joining. I will see you tomorrow for the next day of the 7-day yoga challenge. And have a really nice rest of your day or night. Bye. If you like my content, please consider funding me on Patreon. With your support, I'll be able to continue filming beautiful and consistent videos. There are also a lot of perks to becoming a patron, such as behind-the-scenes content, live question and answer videos with me every month where you can ask me anything, and exclusive videos tailored and sent out to my patrons every month around self-care rituals and meditations, and a lot more. If you're interested, you can take a look at my Patreon account in the link description below. Any of your help, support and contribution is highly appreciated.